Okay, Porsche 993 guys, we're looking at a 1995 original seat coming into us for new covers and rebuild. You can see the typical wear here as the driver gets in, especially your ass catches. That is inevitable. It's an inherent seat design problem. If you have a bolster like that in a low seat in a low car, you're gonna fall into it, and that's typically what happens. But us in the upholstery business are not complaining. It's don't shoot the messenger, but I'm just saying that it's good for business. There's nothing that can be done about it. I recommend people tilt the seat back when getting carefully, and lots of other things, you know. But that's the design of the seats. Very typical of these seats. There's vinyl on the back side and leather on the face. You can see they discolor at different rates. What else? What other things can we notice? Yeah, the original perforations. The foams are in good condition. We rebuild these as necessary. We do ask that when you send them, you cover these switches to protect them. And this molded plastic piece is also a different color, and it would have been from the factory. There would have been differences from brand new that would have been noticeable between these three things: leather, vinyl, and the plastic. They all reflect light differently. They all have different dye lots. They all would have had slight differences, and that's quite normal. Now we have a within factory tolerance match to leather and vinyl, and then this is what it is. That can't be helped. So there we go. We'll look at these and we'll follow them through to completion, and stay tuned. We're looking at Porsche 993 1995 OE seats that we finished here at Heritage. These turned out beautifully. They're in a champagne factory color. You can see just how perfectly, I think we showed a video before of what these look like before. You can see just how we replicate the seats exactly the same as the factory, with use of our twin needle machine that I've spoke about in previous videos. You can see just how perfectly that turns out, beautifully top stitched in here and perforated as original, and then again beautifully top stitched through the panels. All the foams have been reworked, so they're just like brand new. And as I mentioned in the other video, the original seat here, leather and vinyl, you can see the perfect match between the two. All in all, they turned out fantastic. I'm sure the customer's going to be very happy. So again, let's look at some of the details. But the look at the seat is exactly right, and that's what we aim for here at Heritage. And gentlemen, I think that's what we achieved. So moving on here, this customer had asked if we could take his center console and recover it in leather. It's very difficult to do, as you can imagine. It was done in vinyl at the factory, but our guys are, well, frankly, the best in the world. And look at that, perfect. They've got around all these contours. It looks like a molded piece of plastic, just perfect. And then the customers sent us an OE Porsche replacement part for the shifter. We can actually do this. Has to be skived leather, thin leather again. But he sent us that so we could put it into the console. And that's going to look great next to the seats in the car. And of course 993 are valuable cars and becoming more and more collectible every month. And another overview, and I think that's all we need to say here. So we have the 933 handbrake now fully finished. We have it nicely skived at the front. It's a combination of leather and vinyl as it was from the factory. Turned out beautifully. And just a difficult thing to do. Very small stitch here, and then skive leather at the front. which is thinned leather, which is our hallmark here at Heritage. And we're very proud of the results that we get. That's the only way to do this kind of work. It's impossible to make this in full thickness leather. We're showing off our Heritage Upholstery work here for the 993. We're looking at standard seats here for the 993, the 95 to 98. They were also used in the 924. Well, I mean the the last 968. Yeah, I think it is. 1994 to 95. This customer's actually has the latter model, and but they're the same seat. And I bet you, if you have a 993, your seats don't look as nice as these. You can see we replicated exactly the fit, the look, the details of the factory seat. This color is linen, Porsche linen. You can see the beautifully twin stitch, beautifully top stitched here. It's just, there we go, it's the top stitch, single top stitch. We have the correct style perforations, correct stitch across. The look and feel of the seats, rebuilt foams exactly as original. So not only does it look good now, it stays looking good. You can see the top stitched bolsters, and the cover plates. These were not originally linen, so these we recommend. It's not good to cover them in vinyl. They get scuffed. That's why they made the hard scuff pad. You can color dye them to match, or keep them black. Or this is a gray that doesn't look too bad. We don't do anything with them, but as you can see, the rest is beautifully redone, exactly as original, with leathers imported from Germany. Again, let's look at the details, perforation, and the exact beautiful top stitch. You can see they're just like they came out of the factory. We're very proud of our work here at Heritage, all handmade here in beautiful Palm Springs, California. And we look forward to hearing from you guys. Samples on request.